Call to order. Stand for the pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Big crowd tonight. Welcome.
Try to make up for everybody else.
Okay. Right. Holders. Sorry. That's okay. Thank you. I got room over here. I'll jump in on this one right off the bat. Make a motion, and then signature for Selectmen's minutes. Make a motion to approve Selectmen minutes dated January 6th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve Selectmen's meeting minutes January 20, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And just have to sign some appointments for the historical district. What's that? What's the name of that?
Historical District.
Historic District Commission and Heritage Commission.
Right. To appoint appointees, alternates that we did last board meeting. We also have abatement request. Lot 201-48, so that was it. Manifest. Make a motion to approve manifest dated January 29th, 2026 in the amount of $35,879.81.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the manifest dated February 5th, 2026 in the amount of $128,535.57.
Second.
Discussions. Winter road contract was $44,666 out of that amount, and Primex coverage for the year, that was another $34,765. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Go ahead. You got it.
Mail folder, we got notification from the vendor payment from the state of New Hampshire for a highway block grant in the amount of $17,926.29. We got a disbursement letter for 2025 from the Freedom Food Pantry for the year by month, how many people served per month, and how many meals. So number of people served was 609, and a total of 12,789 meals were dispersed.
How many towns?
That's for Effingham.
That's just right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's Effingham residents.
Yep.
So. 2025 Town of Effingham contributed $6,000 to the Freedom Food Pantry. As a result of this contribution, the cost was $9.85 per person weekly to produce 21 meals each week, including 4 to 5 packages of meat. In my opinion, money well spent. And I really haven't, Lakes Region Planning Commission is seeking a recommendation for a representative from the town of Effingham to sit on Lakes Region Planning Commission's, essentially their board or their contact liaison for the town of Effingham, so.
That was also sent to the planning board as well, but I wanted you guys to have it also.
So if anybody's out there listening that has an interest in being involved, we haven't had a representative for a couple of years now.
You just signed on these.
I did. Yeah, initial them. Yeah.
Great. You want Rebecca here?
internal message.
You wanna jump into the selectmen reports?
Sure, it's gonna be pretty short. Budget meeting last week. Snowstorms. There's not a lot going on. I monitor the roadways, staying in constant contact with the road contractor, addressing some roads that I'm bearing up. They're out there doing it again today. They were out there Saturday applying salt to Drake Road and Jones Road and Pine River Road, the paved section. Trying to get some more of the pack burnt off. It does take a certain volume of traffic to help do that, and obviously with these cold temperatures, you're relying on the sun, which we have had a little bit, and is helping. All in all, considering the amount of snow that we got a week ago, I think we fared very, very well, and they did a great job keeping up with the storm. So
I agree.
really don't have much outside of that.
Same here, budget committee, keeping us busy. I thought there was another meeting we had last week.
There was a training on the
The voting.
election, the ballot counter,
Mhm.
but I don't think was Rose here? I think she was the only one that attended.
Yep, that was it. So, I'm good. Let's jump in.
Alright. In a little while when we get down to the business, I'll explain more, but I have worked on the school figures. I know there were a lot of questions regarding the budget number that's placed there and what we've spent to the school. So I'll explain that in a little while in detail. I followed up on the auction and the properties. When I spoke to the auctioneers today, it was provided that there is an option of cutting a check for the 14 properties that have already closed, which does not include the PK Motel. The firm itself, meaning Stager and Smith, our auctioneer, or New Hampshire tax deeds, I should say that. They continue to follow up with those who have not yet closed. They expect for them to close very soon. Fortunately, I was not provided any, estimated time frame of when we will know they're closed. And I, expressed urgency when I didn't get an ETA that we are awaiting the funds. With budget season coming around, we need to know sooner rather than later. During that time, they offered cutting a check for the 14 properties, as I said, that have already been closed on, and then dispersing the second check after the rest closed. I told him I would like to talk to the board about that, so I don't know if you have any recommendations, if you'd want to wait, or if you want what has already been closed and then the rest.
And today is what, February 3rd?
Third. Do we know how much it is?
I don't, and I should have asked that. That's my fault. I don't know which properties,
So-
may have, but
Let's say February 15th or something, middle of February. We'll see if additional properties might close. And we'll get the check.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's look at, February 15th.
and that's if all the other ones don't close, we'll do half.
We'll do
and
that,
half.
we'll do,
Okay.
well, we'll take what's already been closed and, wait for the remaining, closing of the remaining properties.
Okay.
At least we'll have the funds in here on an unreserved balance.
Yep. And like I said, I'm gonna continue to follow up them as well. I know they're following up, but I don't want anything to slip through the cracks. I'll continue to see what the progress is and what's being made. I know with the PK, they're going through a closing company. And I know there's some other situations that relate with the property itself at the closing companies, making sure it's all clear and good before the actual document goes through. So I'm hoping that one should be pretty quick. I believed it was gonna be this week. So either this week or next week, we should see something come along with that one.
So part of the delay in the closing is obviously this is, I don't think, not a non-public issue, is the liens that were attached to that.
For PK specifically, yes.
So one of those liens is obviously a lien that we had, which at last conversation, it was still up in the air about whether or not we could, it wasn't guaranteed that we could recoup any of the expenses that were attached, i.e. lien from closing it. The housing issues, the
Yep.
housing costs, securing the property and that sort of thing. Do we have a confirmed answer?
I have not gotten confirmation, but when I reach out to him, I'll reach out to him tomorrow, cause I told him I would reach out whether the answer. I will make sure I'll get a confirmation regarding those expenses. So I will update my sheet, if I find out yes, I'll update my sheet
Sorry, I was on
that,
the phone.
the tally list, I think is what I called it, and update that to reflect those payments as well. Let's see. Down. Okay.
I mean, I can only imagine, I don't see why. I mean, there was liens from the state of New Hampshire. This is essentially a lien against that property as well.
I can agree with that, and to me, it's a cost that was occurred during that, so I'll follow up, I'll make sure I get an answer on that, and if I get a yes, I'll update my sheet as well to reflect the new numbers. Any other questions regarding the auction before okay. Other than that, I've been organizing and getting everything prepped for the town annual report. Obviously, I gotta wait until the 737 is complete and all of that before I can send it to the printers, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. And I will be starting to add the warrants into the DRA portal. That obviously won't be final until, I say finalized, but I wanna start getting them in there, so that way all I can do is fix little things here and there if the budget or board change anything. And then finalize them, which then will be presented to the board for the board to sign. Any questions?
Did you get all your reports in for all the different boards for the, town meeting?
I was going through, for town meeting or for annual report?
Annual report.
I was going through that, I know I'm missing a few, and I'm gonna be following up, but I was going through each ones that I had. I know one of them, there's an issue with recording software, so I don't know if that's an update on that.
Just got fixed the other day.
Okay.
So when's the drop date for that?
Sorry?
When's the drop date for that for the printers?
Well, so budget hearing will be next week. After the budget hearing is usually when everything's approved, I go ahead and I start entering the data into DRA portal for the MS 737. Then budget committee reviews the MS 737. Signatures take place. Once signatures take place, everything should be prepped for me to throw that in there and get it sent to the printers. So,
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi there,
You're up.
I'm up. You got my report. Pretty
Yes.
simple,
Thank you very much.
not a lot going on. Although actually for January, that was quite a few. I had some Januaries with no permits at all.
Yeah.
So, this was a little bit more than usual, couple of houses. Although, of those 7 permits, 2 of them were paired. So it was actually only 5 properties that were going on. And one was a Osprey Lake campground property that, had sent in a permit and it got mislaid. And so it was actually something that could have been done last fall, so.
So what's
you know,
the,
So it's
but
pretty mild amount of activity,
the camper RV, what's that?
where are we,
So if you go to this sheet,
Yeah,
it gives
yeah,
you
no,
the
right
one
there.
year occupancy?
Yeah,
That's be 196.
oh, that's the one we talked about last time.
Are we talking about the one on Old Pound Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, we just cycled it all through in order to make everybody safe and legal. And I did get an actual drawing of the proposed house, so which is what I'm requiring now.
That's the one that driveway goes down.
Yeah, no more of this. They say they're gonna build a house so they can live in their camper, expecting a little bit more from them at this point to make sure it's a viable proposal.
Okay.
So, that's about it. I've been following up on the, auction properties, we've still got 3 buyers out there who haven't finalized their purchase of the auction
That's,
properties.
it's 7 properties total, but 3 buyers, so.
Yeah, 3
Right.
buyers,
Those are the ones we're waiting
7
on.
properties,
Have you been
and
contacting the lawyer?
I've talked to some of them, no, I don't
Oh,
contact
okay, I just, you follow it.
Yeah, I mean, I could call them directly, but, that's a workaround that doesn't need to happen, I mean, I just check the Carroll County deeds
Oh, okay.
twice a week and see if a deed has been posted. And, most of the ones that have closed, I've talked at one time or another with the purchaser anyway. So, I feel like I'm sort of on top of it, mostly my concern is, most of them are pretty straightforward, I just gonna, by the end of this month, send them a note saying, welcome aboard, these are the processes you need to build on your property. And then there are all the ones that are down on Lake Shore Drive, which are, all those properties are compromised by shoreland setbacks, Province Lake District requirements and high-value wetlands. So all those people are gonna, have to learn that there's a lot of hoops they're gonna have to jump through. And road frontage that doesn't exist because Lake Shore Drive isn't complete. So,
Or they can't build on those.
Oh, they
things.
can't, yeah, they've all jumped on these yummy piece of lakeshore properties and they're gonna have to figure out what they're gonna have to do in order to do it. And they now own them, I figure once I have all the names, I'll write them and say, well, you guys could get together and hire a wetland scientist and a surveyor to just do everything for all of your properties, and then you'd know where the property lines were and where the wetlands were, and you'd all save a little money for figuring out where you wanted to put your little camp or whatever it is you want put in there.
So they can't build a structure in that size of a lane? Can they?
Some
Or
of those
just
they can build
Yeah,
structures, some of them, probably not on the ones that are all the way down at the end, the little ones that are right next to the lake. Those are boat access properties, which is nice. It's the big rectangular lump that sticks out the other direction that has 3 buyers plus a previous owner that didn't sell. And those properties are probably developable for a small camp or something like that.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Any additional questions from the audience or anybody else? You got an easy night?
Oh, easy peasy. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
You're very
reporting.
welcome. I'm gonna go make noise in the file room, cause I have to pull up a file for someone that I was just on the phone with.
All right.
Alright.
You have a key to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right, we're on number 8, annual report dedication.
So, the years the Board of Selectmen dedicate
Oh.
the annual report. I'm looking to see what the board's recommendation is for dedication.
Well, thanks for putting us on the spot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know, it could be thought of, it could be.
We got time.
Yes, it could be a thing, I just want it out there now, so that way, once the board comes to a conclusion, say maybe next meeting, we can hopefully have a idea.
Who'd we do last year?
Last year we had,
Parsons.
yes, and then we also had Lyle, and then we recognized a few other people as well,
Okay.
so.
So, I mean, typically, you bestow that to, somebody that was influential in town and passed away.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Okay. We good?
If you guys can think of anyone and,
Have to look at vital records, I don't remember in 25 who we lost in 25, I'm just drawing a blank being put on the spot, I mean, no.
I know, this is
Disrespect.
why I wanted to,
I mean, like, I thought of Rich,
so
but Rich passed away this year, so. Unfortunately.
I'll take a peek at the report that's gonna be in the town report and see if anything may click on that. Alright,
Okay, we'll get back to you on that one.
perfect.
School figures.
Alright. So I know there's been some questions regarding the school. How there was a budget to actual, this was discussed during a budget meeting, that there was a budgetary number there that at that moment in time I had no idea where the budget number came from, cause usually that's not a budget number we put in place. When looking into that, it has come to my attention that the budget number that's listed, it's, listed as $3,304,240. I'm reading that wrong, I'm sorry. $3,304,243 was what the town spent in total for the school the year before.
That's for 2025?
For 2024, we spent that amount.
Okay.
And somehow that amount ended up as a budget number for, 25. Unsure how that came about, but that's the same number we spent the year before. After looking in that, I went through to make sure we have not overpaid, we have not underpaid, to kind of get a gist by looking at, Governor Wentworth's payment schedule, as well as comparing it to Department of Revenue on our tax rate report with our local and state commitments. Fortunately, with how the school runs on a fiscal year and we run on a calendar year, it made it a little tricky to kind of come up with the figures, because half of the year is in one section and the remaining half's in the other, so getting those two together, you had to go through all of it. At this time, last year, well, let me see, I have all my notes, I apologize. So 2024, we were spot on compared to the,
The bill.
to DRA's tax commitment. It did look like we overpaid by $2 out of, compared to what DRA says we committed in the schedule we had for the payments. Currently, right now, how we're standing, because, I said 24. Currently, right now, with where we're at, we are pretty spot on with that as well. Right now, at the moment, we had our preliminary, we get our preliminary first, we pay out based off the preliminary until the tax rate's set. When the tax rate's set, the school gets notified, they go ahead and then adjust the payments accordingly to what DRA says we commit for the schools. When that happens and when that takes place, they send us our final payment schedule, and that final payment schedule will reflect payments we've made and, propose what the current remaining years go. While taking that and taking what their final numbers are, we are about $125,000 more than what DRA states, which is reflected on the final for 25 to 26. And it even says right on here that we overpaid. Once I noticed this amount, I have contacted the school. To talk about it, because it was a negative number, which means balanced due negative number, you overpaid. Fortunately, because they're in their deliberative sessions yesterday and one again tomorrow, I won't know, what our February amount will be until later on this week. But she's gonna be sending me, and she meaning Kathy, who is in the SAU office, will be working to get me an amount for February, which we will wait for that amount before we pay out to the school. That way we ensure we're getting back on track to where we're supposed to be.
So they'll take 140 out of that next payment.
Correct. So, and then with that 140 out, we're about 125,000 still over, which would be the payment we just made that's not reflected on here. So we should be back on schedule, no overpayments, no over budget, right on track with what DRA says we commit. So that makes sense. I know it was a lot of information at once, but
So we had a schedule that took us to the end of our calendar 25, but because they run June
30th.
July to June 30th. Until we got our tax rate set, and our tax rate was at $15, roughly 15, somewhere around $15.
1538 was our tax rate.
No,
Oh,
for the
okay.
schools portion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Obviously, that dropped considerably, almost half,
Correct.
when we got reevaluated. But the reval happened at the end of the year. So that means our commitment to the school district got reduced.
So, yes, so let me, It got reduced by about 200,000 if I'm correct, yes, so, the last year commitment was $3,817,398.
2025, or what, last year? That's
Well, 24,
24 to 25.
yes, see how their calendar year always
Yeah, I got it.
messes with me. For 25 to 26, which is the current one we're following, our total commitment, including both local and state, is $3,646,584. According to DRA,
That, more or less.
that's less.
What was
By,
the first one you
the
said?
first one was $3,817,398.
But we made our monthly payments. So that's why there was an overage, if you will. But it's not an overage on our operating budget.
No, we're still gonna be in the clear, they're adjusting their payments, so we don't overpay our budget whatsoever. And once, we get that amount, we'll be back on track starting February, because they're gonna deduct that from our February payment, and we'll move forward as scheduled.
But on our operating budget, you've just had that, you still have that somewhere where you can pull it? Leo?
From 2025?
Yeah.
And don't. Looking at that figure there. Last one.
So we spent 94.11% of our operating budget. So we had 140,000 if, yeah. So we budgeted $2,389,234, we spent $2,248,579, which was a difference of $140,654.97 that we had left, so we did not overspend the operating budget.
No, we only met, we spent, well, 94%.
Those numbers are preliminary, but we still didn't overspend the budget.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about school on that one. Do we have any more questions regarding the school and the payments on that?
So going forward in the future. You know, 6 months, 6 months, how did this get screwed up? I mean, how did we overpaid? I know you explained that.
That's where the revale.
Yeah, the reval killed us, I mean, did it?
Well, and you know, they set up the payment schedule, so they, for example, they're creating their budget right now. We're gonna get a preliminary for 26 to 27, probably in the next few months. Which we don't have a tax rate set, so we don't have a tax commitment for that next year until December. So they create a payment schedule, we send the payments for. Once that gets a tax commitment becomes created, they readjust it. So in the case of all the times before the final, we were paying, it comes to show that we were overpaying because our
Because of
tax
the-
rate got set. They were basing it
On
on
the
probably the
previous-
previous,
The $27, whatever.
correct. And then now it shows that we're overpaying and we're gonna adjust that for February.
And there's always gonna be adjustments, so every year our tax rate is a little bit different, obviously we increase it by our operating budget, they increase it by their operating budget as well. But it's not the significant change because we had a reevaluation. So
Yeah.
every fifth year, you run into this discrepancy because we run off on a calendar year, they run off a fiscal year.
Correct.
Similar to the winter contract, you have to be,
Right, but there's no way to
right.
estimate
Okay,
because you take into consideration, they do their budget, so they preliminary give us budget figures for the school year 26 to 27. But once they get to deliberative, well, they had deliberative session Saturday,
I believe they have one again tomorrow as well.
and then we vote on expenditures at town meeting, all the towns do. And if you take case in point, last year, they went to default budget, so.
okay.
like I said, Kathy's gonna be sending me a lot more information within the next few days, including our February payment with the adjustments. Any more information I get, I'll share with the board and budget as well, so people can be in the know.
Sounds great. Any additional questions? You good, Scott?
I got nothing, thank you.
Thanks. Announcements, the municipal offices will be closed February 19th, 2026 in observance of President's Day.
If I can just add an announcement, tomorrow, starting around 9 AM, we will not have internet for about 15 to 25 minutes, very short downtime. So registrations will be affected during that time frame, but it'll just be during that short period,
What time?
starting around 9 AM.
9?
And everybody knows that.
President Day's on a Monday.
February 19th on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Did I write the wrong date?
Yeah, wait a
It'd be
minute.
the 16th,
I'm so sorry, I probably still had January.
wanted to clear that up, sorry.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's 16. So you want Monday and Thursday off?
No, just the Monday. I think I still have January on my calendar, thanks.
So a correction to the announcements, that the office will be closed February 16th. In
Observance.
observance of President's Day.
This can't be
It's contagious.
public comments. Okay. Nothing? Make a motion to adjourn.
We're gonna sit here for an hour? You forgot about that, didn't you?
50 minutes. Oh, you want additional discussions or something?
Nope.
Go get pizza. Second?
We could go out in the back, I got about 25 pounds of fresh sirloin. Turned off my truck.
We're still on here, you know.
That's okay.
Was
I
there,
got half a cow delivered today, so,
Gonna say right from the butcher?
yep,
was there a second?
No, you didn't second yet.
second, I'm sorry.
All in favor? Aye,
Can you just state the time, Leo?
5:10.
Thank you.
Killing me, man.